Vamos al palacio.
I thought we'd see fighting throughout the city, but it's dead and quiet.
Either Dohalim's allies have been arrested, or they're keeping a low profile.
Meaning the rebels are occupying the palace? Then let's hurry up and kick those bastards out.
Claro, el oficial se tomó el control, eso sí me lo imaginaba. Palacio de Autelina. Es un dungeon en todas sus letras. Con todas sus letras.
This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Danans are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Danan guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their post lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
How could this be happening?
Yeah, do you
Ahora que
think we should
buscarlo.
go in the main building?
Let's try the... Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
Lord Chamber. A la cámara señorial está arriba. Creo. Porque el palacio ya lo revisé en sí. Oh. ¿En el despacho?
Hey Law, you can bust that wall open, can't you?
What?
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zeugle.
An invisible Zeugle?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out.
¿Dijo su oficina? Vamos a revisar todos los cuartos, pues. Blindaje.
Its armor's strong. Then I'll split it open. Be my guest. Mega
Frozen?
Ringwall. Martillo congelador.
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
Dependencias, quizás. Creo que es la oficina, pero estoy revisando por si acaso. Sí, la plaza central, como vamos por el medio. Porque está el comedor y otras cosas.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Here's that dragon form! Raging cascade! Dragon form!
In here! You think that shield will save you?
No getting by one! Fire blade! Dragon! We got fire!
I've got this. Let him march
Fire
on.
shield! One more! All yours! Take this! We're not finished! Megasonic This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
I can do
You're
this all
mine!
day.
No, you can't!
Where are you going? That's my cue.
Shut him down! Rising Wyvern!
Denied. Here's the annihilate. Take that.
Ya está.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
El comedor sí está abierto. Gel de melocotón. Leche. Acá debe ser, entendí que la oficina. ¿Hay enemigos? Ah, shit, había guardias.
An opponent like this should be easy. Now you'll learn!
Now you see what I can do! Dragon!
They really don't give up, do
Try harder! Here! Dragon form! You're on! Boom! Here! It's over!
Glacial spear.
It's over!
Not on my watch.
I need to be stronger.
Llave.
I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the release mechanism is in there.
Noble. ¿En el norte? Salón noble. Ah, ya. A la izquierda y a la izquierda. Ah, se ha abierto el de guardias. Hay un arma.
Right.
Ah, chévere. De verdad.
Right.
Protección de
This'll make us even
topacio.
more formidable.
Cerdo. ¿No estaba eso o no lo vi la otra vez? Creo que no estaba. Esto de ahí debe ser. Sí. Vamos a la sala noble.
Little help.
Bring him down!
This one's mine.
Dragon form! Take down their defenses! I see one! Its armor's too strong!
Split it open.
Be my guest! Megasonic Rock!
I'm only defending.
Armor won't save you! Like Dragon form!
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Megasonic Rock! Rising Wyvern! You're mine! Megasonic Rock!
Ya está.
Seems about right to me.
Shit.
I'll do my best.
Ay, no le cayó a nadie, increíble.
I won't show you any mercy! Mirage!
I can only.
Here I come! You're finished! I'll smash you! Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Can't this?
An Astro Art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
El cuartel, sala de reuniones.
There are enemy forces here too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
Cuartel y sala de reuniones. Ah, sala de guardias, caracho. Ya estuve acá. Sala de reuniones. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? Que no te veo. Vamos al cuartel que no fue. Toda pelea es buena.
Hi, Hoodle. You'll have no mercy. Another fist.
Denied! Make it rain!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Go no further.
Here I go! Bring him! Look sharp! Fire support!
Now, true gunslinger around here.
Engaging!
This one's not.
Dragon Swarm!
Look sharp.
I'm not done! I'll smash you!
Lightning!
One more!
Chisara! Commander of Heaven!
Chisara, Commander of Heaven. Phoenix Cyclone.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Little help!
Engaging! Dragon Swarm!
Wait for their range to go.
Dance in the wind!
Dragon Swarm!
Sleep now. I'll be saving this!
Fall back!
Look sharp.
Dragon Swarm! One more! Mega support!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Gel.
Is that some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for.
¿Así?
This isn't enough to go on.
¿Qué dice? Camarón debe ocupar el palacio y activar sin número de barreras. No dice nada igual. Ya sabe dónde dejar el mecanismo y volver la llave al mueble acordado. En un mueble, pero acá no está, no creo que está acá. Ay. Porque me dijo cuartel o sala de reuniones. Pero asumo que tú estás cerrado. ¿O no? La mierda.
An opponent like this should be easy. I see one, eh?
He's fired up! Mega Sonic Thrust! Take this!
I'll have to take my revenge on you!
Engaging! I can carve through armor! My shield
Astral energy!
Say no more.
On guard! Look sharp!
Try this one's all mine.
Burning
Not today.
Dragon Floor!
Rising Wyvern.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Any injuries?
What's this thing?
Dinerillo. Nuestra relación comercial con Madagascar es cada vez más enigmática. Enviamos cantidades de ingentes recursos, pero a cambio solo recibimos sus obras.
So what is Mahag-Sar exactly?
One of the 5 realms of Dana. From the sound of it, Kelzelik had some dealings with them.
Acá está la llave. Tesorería. Tierra. Tesorería. Ah, sí había tesorería. Pues sabía.
Get lost! Here, let me
Carambas.
I'm going in.
I can only
Mega Sonic Thrust.
I'm out of ammo! Back into the fray!
Smash you!
Dragon Floor.
Annihilation! Now!
Mega Kisara. Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclops!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't
Sí, por
worry.
acá.
I've got your back.
Hey, look at that enemy!
The fuck. Blindado.
Bad feeling about this.
My lord!
In the wind! See it now! Radiance here! It's a duel of the arts!
You picked the wrong fight.
More where that came from! This one's mine!
You got fire.
I'm done! Let a marksman handle it!
Here. We're not finished. Here. Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
Dragon Floor!
Flaming meteor!
An astral art?
Here! That's my cue!
Shut him down. Dragon Swarm.
Their arts were interrupted!
Try harder. My turn.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Raising cascade!
Now you see what I can do!
Confiscated! Retreat!
It's on. You picked the wrong fight.
Make it rain!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Looks like we got them all.
Elixir. Vestido elegante. Eso debe ser para la flaquis. No, esto debe ser algo, vamos. Que necesito otra llave o algo. Ah, no sé qué hacer. O es algo aparte. No, la tesorería no era lo donde está el mecanismo. Quizás no. Solo me queda ver de vuelta a la sala de reuniones. Técnicamente de frente.
Hi, Hoodle!
Now you'll learn! Dragon Form! Tiger Blade!
Let the marksman handle this. Cover the caster!
So much for talking it out.
You cannot fear them!
Into the shadows! Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
You're
Ready and rare!
Armor won't save you!
I'm ready for the next battle. Out of our way! Here goes!
Engaging!
Glacial spear!
Dragon Form! Not today! Dragon Form! Fire support! You're mine!
Going
It's over!
This one only
Mega
gets
Fire support! Mission!
Lightning crazy cascade!
Here I come! Tiger Form!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen. Look.
¿Ya ve la
another note
oficina?
from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we
¿The
can
Office? ¿En la oficina? Oficina. Ah, en la oficina. Hay un lugar que se llama oficina.
Out of my way! You've got
Flaming meteor! Not on my watch!
Damn it! Dragon Form! Mega Fire Thrust! Rising Wyvern! Now you'll learn! You're finished!
Ready and rare!
Die!
Now you see what I can do! With the marksman!
Don't get careless.
Ah, acá está.
Even if Danans and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides
Dependencias
still care about each other.
señoriales.
And now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget. We're here fighting to keep what makes this realm so special alive.
La miércoles, está súper resguardado.
Kisara.
Go no further! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Here's a healing orb! Lightning orb! Dance in the wind!
It's almost too strong! Then I'll split it open! Be my guest! Long down! Dragon Form!
Confiscated!
Tiger Blade! Mission!
Lightning orb! Now!
Kisara! Commander of
Kizaru.
Phoenix Cyclone! Onward and upward.
Ahí está. Ah, hay una pelea importante acá. Oh, hay una pelea importante adentro y esto es para curarse.
Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
Ah, música. Ah, su cuarto del
That's
pata.
right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go.
Vamos a guardar. A ver a qué nos enfrentamos. Fruta de Helgen. Los músicos.
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak. I know your place, slave.
Pero él es Rena, ¿no?
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool. I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave would know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Danon for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
Ah, él
I
echó la
would do it all
culpa.
again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state. A realm where Danons are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel. My brother. He dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother! And now you'll die for it!
Ok. Ah, sí tenía un invisible. Ok. Vende. A ver, tiene... Asumo que su punto... ¿Dónde dice? No dice. Eso es lo malo.
Why should I concern
Carajo.
myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
I'm all set. Going in.
You're mine! Aim for the weak spot!
Dragon Force!
This one's all mine!
Look sharp!
Rise to warfare!
Tiger Blade! Raging
Take this! Burn in hell!
One more! Tiger Blade! Here's a healing I never miss!
Stay away from my friends!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Dragon form!
Going in! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Tiger Blade!
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
Dragon form!
That's it! It's Wicked Blade!
Ahora sí.
No escape!
Ready and ready! Look sharp!
Here I come!
Tiger Blade!
Smash you! Piss on! You picked the wrong fight! It's too much!
I owe you one.
Megasonic thrust!
Look sharp!
Dragon form!
Piercing roar!
Dragon form! Megasonic thrust!
Will this help? Confiscating!
Dragon form!
Healing circle! One more! Tiger Blade! Take Thunder
Dragon
Field! I'm
form!
only getting started!
Pierce!
Here's a healing arc! Sealed!
Dragon form!
I'll be good as a guy! I never miss! Far enough! Anything in armor is all mine! Tiger Blade! Going in! I can carve through armor! Tiger Blade!
Dragon Swarm!
Here! Take
Rising Wyvern!
Tiger Blade!
Here I come! I'm not done!
This one's mine! One more! Tiger Blade! Will this help? One more! This one's mine!
You pay for that!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun. No way.
Dragon Swarm! Megasonic Thrust!
On guard! Radiant Spear! Tiger Blade! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisher! Here's a healing art! First aid! Do it! Make it right!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Lightning! Time to shine! Far enough! Hear me! Flame of Lightning! Time to shine!
Dragon Swarm!
Here's evil!
More? Ignite!
Dance in the wind! Freeze blade in here!
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
Hay mosquitos.
I never miss!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Here!
Dragon Swarm! Going in! One more! Laser Spear! Make it rain!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Oh, this magic is out! Crop!
Ah, vamos a usar este gen de naranja.
Here, let me help!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue! I'll pick you up!
Shut him down!
One more! I'll heal you all!
Burn it
More
out!
where that came from! Here's a healing art!
Ah, de frente a él.
Tiger Blade!
Megasonic Thrust! This is looking good!
Shattering this one's pieces! Attack us! Tiger Blade!
I owe you one!
Here! I owe you one! I'll fix you up! Recover!
Thanks!
Here's the more! More with that game! I can carve through armor! Leave the charges to me! That move!
Here comes the big
Stop
one!
its charge! Thanks, Kisara! Searing flame! Reload! Searing teleport! And that's my will!
Dragon Swarm! Megasonic Thrust!
Here, let me help! First aid! This one's mine! Tiger Blade!
Dragon Swarm!
This one's cool! You have to hold on!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Resuscitation!
Ay, no.
Tiger Blade! Some fight left in me!
You picked the wrong fight!
Take that here! Tiger Blade!
It's over!
I'll be Take this! Armor won't save you! Burn it!
We caught him on the run!
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight!
In here!
Here!
I'll heal you!
Try harder! My turn!
Lightning can
Dragon Swarm!
One more! Let them mark more where that came from!
Ay, carajo.
Searing flame! Reload! I'm ready! I'll heal you! Where are you going? Far enough!
Try harder! Not again! Dragon Swarm!
This one's
Mega
time to deal some hurt! Healing circle! Take this!
It's on!
Tiger Blade!
Burn!
I owe you one for that!
Dragon Swarm!
I'll heal you all! Not in your dreams! Going in!
Any more of this and I'll burn out!
Tiger Blade! Let me see what I can do! Sleep now! Burning strong! Stockpile!
It's over!
Oh, magic is in! Cross day! On guard! It's about to strike!
Ay, no, justo.
Everyone! I have no limits!
Look sharp! Scepter field! Piercing Dragon Swarm! First aid!
Megasonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern!
I'll be saving this one! Blah, blah, blah,
Dragon Swarm!
Look sharp!
Megasonic Thrust! Take this!
Now!
Kisara!
Ahora sí.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
You filthy slaves are despicable.
Filthy slaves.
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship. Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up.
Cleaning up.
You've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
They can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Mahak-Sar, perhaps?
El último reino.
You actually expect me to talk now?
Sing, bitch, sing.
The contest for the crown will be over soon enough, and you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act as the Lord of Elder Menencia. Go to Mahak-Sar, Ganeth Horrors, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you all right with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Join.
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't
Oh,
see her
se
anywhere.
fue.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
No, se fue. Núcleo de la Tierra recién. Extensión de bastón.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
A ver, ¿qué hay por acá? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? A la puerta del sur de Vicin. ¿Y puedo ir así con el mapa de frente? Creo que es esto, sí.
We've reached our destination.
Ni secundarias hay porque lo marcan con un sobrecito. Pues vamos.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
Nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Ah, pensé que el gato le hablaba.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elda Menencia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan Lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me. Not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
La racista. Alfen, compañeros en libertad. Ah, aumentó mi puntaje. Perfecto. A la Flaquis, ¿qué toca hacer? Risco andante. Dominio y golpe potente. Platos favoritos preparados. Como voy a cocinar. Penetración, ataque, defensa. Ataque mejor. Ya está. Kisara la guardiana.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elda Menencia Guard. So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
Yes, we know.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
Ve a... Majajaja. Sí, Parte. Vamos. ¿Otra más?
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense, enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she's absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Eliminancia. Pasillo largo con...
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Ah, verdad, tengo que cambiar a la gente de acá. Al brother no, a la waifu sí.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be...
Get lost!
Dragon Swarm!
Mega
Sonic
Raging Storm!
Take this!
Go!
Ignite!
I'll take out the leg with my shield.
I never miss!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Lightning!
Carajo.
Dragon Swarm!
Whoa! Hey! One at a time!
Wow, look what I just found.
Ah, pero que hay un buitre o... Buitre.
Radiant one's mine! Tiger Blade!
I got you! Dragon Swarm!
Stay right, Blazer! You gotta jump for cover, okay?
Make it rising wyvern! You made short work of that one. This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Look sharp.
Here I come! This one's all mine! Ignite!
I think the enemy's getting desperate.
Got them where we want them.
Don't tip your hand, though.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
A victory for the ages.
¿Dónde hay un búho acá? Ah, ya lo vi. Daniel, ¿no? Colas de demonio. ¿Cómo hablan? Qué asco.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Jazmín rojo.
This will be a delicious piece of
Mega
cake.
Sonic Thrust!
By the power of water!
Take this!
Thunder Field! Radiant Pierce!
Dragon Swarm!
They're surrounding us!
Mega Sonic Thrust! Take this!
Flame of
It's over!
Laser Spear!
Dragon Swarm!
A charge like that
Looking
can easily
fearsome,
be fatal.
Ringwell. Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Ready and ready!
Far enough.
Now you see what I can do!
Gale Force!
Going in.
Here I come! You're finished!
Into the shadows! Tempted?
Is every shield you own that big?
Here. You want to try holding it?
Ugh. How do you even walk with this thing?
Ah, ¿quién pesca? ¿El pata?
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
La pesca. Lanzar, atraer peces, lograr que muerdan el anzuelo y recogerlos.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea.
Ahí
I'll go
lo
for
vi.
that one.
Lanzo, lanzar, cebo. Sacudir suave.
I've got something. I'll let you go
¿Qué?
this time.
Fuck you. ¿Cómo se pesca? A ver acá.
Ha!
Hay peces que lo usa sacudir suave y otros fuerte.
All right.
Carajo.
I'll get you.
¿R1 era? Vamos. Ah, su. No puede ser tan difícil.
All right.
A ver. ¡Ah, qué rápido! No tengo espacio ya. Al fin uno, qué difícil está.
Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
Ahora un intento más. Al fuerte. No, ninguno cae.
Reel it in.
Es toda una pelea. Ese debe ser fácil.
Boy, that's
Sí.
a bit of a letdown.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish.
A ver. Qué raro. ¿Cómo traigo a los grandes?
There we go.
Ah, la mierda, ese se fue al toque. Ah, era el L1, ese fue. Ya, me llegó el pincho. Me llegó el chompiras. Dejar de pescar, no vale la pena para nada.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what
Ah,
you're
su
hoping
madre.
to
No,
catch.
no voy a meterme en eso.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too.
Oh, no.
And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
Pescador experto. Caña de Miguel. Eso es lo que tenía ya, pues. Te invito a pescar. Obviamente. Ahí, pescadora. Ya. Sí, ya está. Vamos a curarlo. El soldado blindado. Con su amante.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job.
Escudo.
No need to thank me.
Ah, ellos son el imperial. Este es el del pata. El modelo me ha dado. ¿Qué pasa?
Hey,
Que muy awkward.
is it just me? Or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It
That's
isn't
normal.
normal for her to keep
Pensaba
following him
estaban-
around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy.
Pesada la chata. ¿Qué vende, brother? Siento que tengo poco dinero en estos juegos. Armadura. Capa de topacio. ¿Cuánto cuesta? 1000. Ya, la mierda. Consumibles. Ah, esto un par más aunque sea. Uf, aunque me duela. Poción vital para revivir. Es para revivir. Poción feliz. Ya. Vamos a descansar y cocinar con la flaquilla.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That
Okay.
armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed. Especially with that open back.
Oh.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of
Ay,
making
qué
myself
floro.
live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Lazos
I've noticed
florales.
that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point
es
you
un
can
binding.
dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Pescado envuelto no puedo. La sopa de salmón sí puedo. A ver, pues. Kisara.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Ah, con Kisara.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's
Esos
become
ojitos
a familiar sight.
brillantes.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives. So it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol. The one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother, so much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Something feels odd here.
Mapa grande. Ve a Magas Sahar, boba.
Be on your guard.
Pajarotes. Y 27.
Let the marksman handle it.
Ignite!
I'm not so good with airborne targets. Lightning condemn!
Got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Don't mind if I do!
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning storm! Do it!
In an instant! Impact block!
Take it! Going in! Lightning condemn!
Dragon! No further!
Tiger annihilation! Let the marksman handle it! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Air thrust!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
23 recién están esos brothers. Oh, palo. Oh, shit.
All right.
Ah, ya gasté su habilidad. Claro. Ah, ahora tutorial.
There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance!
One more! It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
You require a hand.
This one's mine! Glacial thrust!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Ahora sí.
Now or never.
Sleep now!
Take this.
Look sharp! Getting started!
You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
Look sharp! Take field! Tiger blade! Alright!
Prepare to be sealed!
Make it break! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Here I come! It's over! You're on! Megasonic thrust! No further!
¿Se carga rápido o solo por la misión? Si se carga rápido, bacán.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all.
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before.
¿Qué cosa?
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that. Unlike the
Ah,
rest
qué
of us.
jodida esta
Are
chata.
you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking. The history that went into... You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it...
But of course,
Tritura cocodrilos. Artefactos. Tras completar el juego. Ay, no me digas que tiene varios finales. 6 artes adicionales. Ah, su. Casa tesoros. A ver, vamos a probar esa vaina.
We can really make weapons with this?
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the
¿verdad?
resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
Ya quiero ver más los que se quedaron.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
A ver, lo de artes. Sí. L2. Ah, shit, dude. A ver, ¿qué más tengo? Investiga Megasónica en Hambre de Dragón. ¿Cuántos tengo ya? Dos, 4, 7 tendrías. De 2 o de 3 quizás. Enjambre de Dragón, investiga Megasónica. Enjambre de Dragón es medio lento. Toma altura y parte la tierra al impactar con ella. Devastación eterna. Devastación eterna y tajo reinante. Algo para levantar. Golpe de rayo. Esto que es de 2. Viento desintegrador. Y en el aire. Espejismo. Bien. Vamos a ver cómo nos va así.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I used to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling
A la izquierda
any
primero.
of us guardsmen.
Uf.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! The turtle ready and ready!
Chinese supernova! Raging enemy!
You're mine!
Sleep now!
Dragon form!
This one's mine!
Flying free! Why can't they just sit still? Seal, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Still!
The enemy
This one's mine! You'll soon see about that!
Not
Denied! I'm out of this now! Very well! Astral energy! Full throttle! Going in!
leave the ensnaring to me.
Take this!
Tiger blade! Lightning! Downfall! Don't mind if I do!
Me huevean los controles, ¿sabes? Un culo de cosas.
This one's got your name on it! This one's mine! Wind astral energy!
Dragon form! Ready and ready!
Tiger blade!
I can carve through armor! Burn!
This one's mine! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Se pone complicado el
This should
asunto.
make for some good weapon crafting material.
Al menos un poco de money.
We're in for a long slog with this one.
Eternal devastation!
This one's mine!
Move away! Right on fire!
Here I go!
Prepare to be seized!
Airborne beast! My special!
You wanna play?
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you truly!
In a bind?
Here!
Leave the chargers to me.
Dragon form!
Far enough.
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Graviton field! Thunderbolt!
Rising wyvern!
This one's mine.
Hurricane Song! Mirage! Ignite! Dragon swarm!
Do it!
Shattering it!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
I can feel my precision improving.
Pues sí, por acá.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my
Hilly.
feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then? I've got a really bad
Necesito
feeling
robar.
about this.
Here!
Reside in your dreams! Here! Tiger blade!
Dragon form!
Primed and ready! This one's
Eternal
mine!
devastation!
This one's mine! Thunder blade!
Carve through
Do
armor!
it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Dragon form!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
Severing limb!
No complaints here!
Make it red! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Radiant light! Pierce!
Going in! Not today!
Now! Tiger blade! Burning?
I still got a ways to go!
Sí, pero a la izquierda primero. Opa, el...
This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
Annihilation! Radiant? Here! Not on my watch!
Dragon Form!
Radiant storm!
No further! Megasonic
Healing circle! Make it rain! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
My lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Dragon Form!
Dance in the wind! And air this one's mine!
Dragon Form! One more! It's on! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
I got it.
Got what?
¿Falta uno? Ahí vamos.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Dragon Form!
This one's mine!
Burn!
Lightning again!
Dragon Form!
Here's the evil!
won't save you!
Now! Tiger Blade!
Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
That firepower of yours is really something.
I could say the same.
Uf.
Right, here goes! Dragon Form!
Warning! One more! Tiger Blade! Roar!
Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Here!
Wings in the wind!
You're mine!
Spear!
It's over!
You want me? Come get me! Freeze Lancer!
Rising Light!
Here!
Here I come! Prepare to be
Laser Spear! Here's the evil!
Prepare to be seized!
Carajo.
Actually, perhaps found is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
You've got pretty impressive aim there.
Thought of taking up the rifle yourself?
Nah, this is more my style.
Did you just heal me?
I need you, remember?
Tiger Blade! This one's mine! Seal!
Raining
Get
Slap!
on in there with the others!
Eat dirt!
Now! Here's a healing art! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
My lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Dragon Form!
Freeze Lancer!
Carve through armor! Take this!
With precision like that, I'm glad you're not on the other side.
Likewise for you and that shield.
Best to stay in one another's good graces.
Take this! No further!
I'm gone! Thunder Field! Flaming Meteor! Now!
River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Fregados.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Cofre rojo. Manto de a la piedra.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Manto, ¿qué usa mantos? ¿Él? No. Creo que el flaco, sí. A ver. Me pica el brazo. Ya.
More Danon runes here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just
A ver.
Little help!
Dragon Form! Megasonic Thrust!
Ah, me lo perdí.
Here I go! I'm only getting started!
Eternal Devastation! Rush!
Confiscate!
Like moths to the flame.
Burn!
Shield Force! More with that
Dragon Form!
Hit! Lightning Condemned!
Blow away!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Dragon Form!
Look sharp!
You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
Far enough! Get on in there!
Dragon Form!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
A comfortable win.
Ah, por acá.
What's this thing?
Algo rojo.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Can't get out of this!
That's it!
Worth a shot!
Rising Falcon! You picked the wrong fight! Megasonic thrust!
Sleep now.
It's over!
I got in your dreams. I'm out.
You're mine!
Back into
It's
the
over!
fray. Annihilation. Wind astral energy.
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over!
Who said anything about letting
This
off?
one's mine. Raging cascade. Time to shine. Radiant pierce. Astral energy.
Say no more!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all
Hay otra ruta acá.
downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahawk Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look,
Hi, Hoodle.
Dragon Swarm!
Healing this one.
And just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
in a vine,
Dragon Swarm!
First aid.
Far enough!
Dance in the wind.
Dragon
Do
Swarm!
it. Sleep now.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Surrounding us. And
On guard!
Smash you!
this is
Flaming meteor!
Crush! Here I come! It's over!
How do you like being pounded into shape? This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm!
magic is in. Over.
Megasonic thrust!
This one's mine. I'll take you all on.
Super escudo.
Flare the Malika!
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know, but
Cura woman, cura. Debe haber un jefe opcional acá. Me atrevería a decir. Son 4. Se ponen pesados con la vaina, con la magia.
Get behind me!
My watch.
Look sharp!
Not today!
Tiger blade. Shining supernova.
This one's mine.
I never miss.
Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here, let me help.
On guard!
First aid.
Okay, here I go!
Tiger blade!
Radiant flood. Here.
Rising Wyvern! Hurricane Thrust!
You require a head.
Piercing horn. Fury blazer.
Dragon Swarm!
Not on my watch.
Dragon
Shining
Swarm!
supernova.
This one's all mine!
More with that shining aqua.
Eat dirt!
Do it.
Totally! In an instant! Impact Rock!
Dance in the wind. I'm almost on
Far
there.
enough!
Mega ray.
This is barely target practice.
then why bother fighting them?
Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
Son 2 nomás.
Out of our way!
Dragon Swarm!
I can carve through armor!
Megasonic Thrust! Rain Thrust! Dragon Swarm!
Tiger blade!
Pierce!
On guard! Take this!
Eternal Devastation! Dragon Swarm! Megasonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern! Dragon Swarm! Megasonic Thrust!
Here's a healing arc. Don't mind if I do.
Not today!
All right. I'm all set.
Hold nothing back!
In a vine,
Raging cascade.
Shattering!
Go in here. I'll be saving this one.
Ya está.
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
Uf, esto está feo.
Gotta break through!
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
I can carve through all that! Dragon Swarm!
I owe you one for that. Going in.
Dragon Swarm!
Denied.
Can't be swarmed!
Megasonic Thrust! Dragon Swarm!
That's it.
Carajo, le perdí.
Now you've gone and ticked me off.
Try harder! Any more of this will burn out! Rising Sun! Burn!
Appreciate
You
the help.
require a hand.
Take this!
We're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Lightning orb! Back into the fray!
Going in.
It's over!
Crush! More for the stockpile!
Make it away.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Did it!
Yeah. Nice technique.
This one's mine!
Solo que el grande sí.
An armor is all mine. Time to shine.
Mega ray! Lightning orb!
I can carve through armor.
Lightning condense! Thunder! Do it!
Kisara!
Ya está.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
I can feel my power growing!
Cota de mago. Ya está esto. Una caverna, sí. ¿Será por acá? Vamos a lo de frente a ver, pues. No hay para descansar acá, ¿no? Ah, ya sé qué puedo hacer. Como eso es de
We
melocotón,
should
creo.
think about eating soon.
Really? Not all that
Sí, de
hungry,
melocotón. Ah, cura salud. Bueno, no puedo usarlo de una vez.
So,
Don't make me say it again.
Enferma.
yeah, good idea.
Al menos que este sea el camino. ¿Qué podría hacer? Cristal inhibidor. Cooper.
Through these
Copper.
lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for
A ver, ¿llegué o no llegué?
sights unseen. In Menancia, pure
Cresta.
and pristine.
Ahí hay para descansar. Y ahí viaje rápido. Vamos a volver a
What
ver.
is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
Quiero ver qué hay en el otro lado. Pues sí, de frente. Pegado a la derecha.
Right, here goes! Eat dirt!
Far enough.
Radiant!
Dragon Swarm!
Right here. I got you.
Thunder blade! Reload!
Blow away! Try harder! Mount!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Dragon Swarm!
Take this!
No further!
Dragon
Make it rain.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Did it!
Yeah. Nice technique.
Where are you going?
I think I'm getting stronger.
¡Ay, me caí! Ah, qué floro. Ya casi este camino, pero ¿qué creo que hay allá? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Son 5? 5, eso va a estar feo.
Dispose of the trash. Not on my watch. Mega Ray, thunder shield.
Ignite!
This one's mine. Dragon Coming through. Air thrust.
You got fire!
Make your break. Astral energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training.
Hacía buenos combos.
These little ones are
Tenía
hard
justo
to
la
win.
parada de magia al menos. Como ahorita.
Enemy arc to me.
Cut them apart to your heart.
No complaints here.
You're spicier than you look.
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
Dramatic, but fair.
Dragon Swarm! You're mine!
Bacán, ¿eh?
I feel sprightlier than before.
Ah, me falta. Ah, voy a tener que usar. No me queda otra. Naranja. Melocotón no. Cura. Reporta una. Ah, cura es una curación en área. Es la manzana. Ah, ¿el librería justo eran 20? Justo está... Ah, no, va. Pensé que habían sido 20 porque necesito 20 para despertar un título. A ver, vamos por acá abajo. Porque el otro decía cresta.
What a rush!
Quizás sí es parte de la historia esto.
Thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what...
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldomenencia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term. But you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does. Which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we...
Understood. In that case, I'll just have
Oh,
to make
no.
sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Gisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no...
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that...
Modales.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack
Intolerable.
of to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
Because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society.
Un placer
I would be more than
instruirlos.
happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
Tener
You're not
clase.
gonna let this go, are you?
Ya, entonces supongo que por acá es. Pero sí, mejor vuelvo al otro lado. Sí, por acá era. Ojalá que pueda volver. ¿Qué le pasa al flaco? ¡Oh, shit! No te me malogres ahorita.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Ah, shit, este bon.
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
Uf.
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Oh, espadachín misterioso.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? This ends now!
Can't get out of this!
Going in here.
Shield and
Where are you going?
who the
Hey.
hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
It's unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Try harder!
Ya le hubiera guardado eso.
And just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done. Here's a healing arc. How about this? Will this help? Raging cascade. This one, our friends love it. Going in.
No further!
I was overconfident. Don't leave me all alone here. Going in.
Carajo.
I'll smash you!
Ay, no, le va a hacer algo a alguien. Uy. Uy, no. Ay, mierda, tiene agarrado al otro todavía. Au. Au, bitch. Se fue la mierda, literal. No debería dolerle nada, ¿no? Ahora que lo pienso. ¿Por qué se queja?
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die.
¿Le pegó? ¿Qué? ¿Le reventó el ojo? Digamos. Ah, le cortó la frente. Oh.
A wretch like you?
What? Aguante, ¿le pegó con el núcleo? Pendejo el grito, ¿eh?
Till next time.
The fuck?
Shion, wake up, please.
Alfin,
Shion.
thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
¿Está bien o no?
It's okay. And so am I.
¿Cómo está bien? Ah, se está curando ella misma ahora.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Es porque es una mujer.
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alfin?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Con la mierda, ¿cómo está parada? No sé cómo está parada la
Rinwell has a
tipa.
good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Ya le preguntó eso.
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
Sí, pues.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right.
No, I know you're not.
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember?
I suppose you're right. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
¿Ya caí?
Hey,
Oh, está muerta. ¿Se me había muerto?
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Bueno. Así es. Mira tu armadura, apréciala.